Hi, this is Jason with Five Letter Comics Collectible, doing another toy review. This time we have the Transformers Age of Extinction Voyager class Autobot Drift. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the packaging. So overall thoughts about the packaging. This is the traditional packaging for Transformers Age of Extinction. I really like it. It has a beautiful window that shows the figure really well, which I really like. And the figure looks great. He's definitely a lot bigger than the other one. So let's take a look at the back. Here we have the back of the packaging. Just shows Drift in his robot and alt mode. This time the alt mode is a helicopter. And the bottom left it just shows the other Voyager class figure in this series, Series 3, which is Slug. Or I'm sorry, Slog. So let's get this guy open. As soon as you pop him out of the box, it just shows the figure. I mean, this guy looks fantastic, and I really like the detail in his swords. So overall, I mean, so far it's shaping up to be a great figure. So let's get him out of the bubble clamshell. So overall first impressions, I mean the first thing you'll notice is he's obviously not movie accurate. He doesn't have that same look he did as the deluxe class Drift. As far as the Bugatti, he had more of the samurai armor. But overall I do like this figure better. He has better articulation, he looks so much cooler, and obviously he's going to take on more of the helicopter design. He's got, you know, the cockpit, and he's got the propellers in the front, but I mean overall, I mean he's just designed much better. There's much better articulation. I mean his swords are absolutely beautiful looking. I mean they just look so much better than the drab, just gold color of the other ones. And overall, as far as the overall figure, I much prefer this as far as the robot form, even though it's not as movie accurate as the other one. And just to show you kind of comparison, put you next to here is a Voyager Optimus, and then we have Strafe, which is the deluxe class. It kind of gives you an idea. So he's not as big as Optimus, and he's definitely, you know, the Strafe is a lot smaller, but he's a very nice size figure. He kind of fits, you know, he fits into the line very well, I think. Like I said, he just looks so much cooler. I like this guy a lot better, but he's not movie accurate. So let's get him changed. So as far as the transformation, the first thing they really want you to do is to obviously take the swords out of his hands. And the one nice thing with these swords is you can have it as a double-bladed sword like this, or you can, you know, break it apart and do two like I had him in the original minutes of the video. So the first thing they have you do is, well, when he's put together correctly, all these propellers are actually pegged in. And you're actually just going to unpeg all four of these, just like this. You're going to straighten them out. And the one thing that's kind of weird about these directions is at some point in the actual directions they show that this piece is not even on anymore. You're actually going to pull this out so it can spin. The problem is during the directions they actually show that this isn't there, and I've not pulled it off, and I don't think it's probably safe to pull it off. The next thing they want you to do is to spin them around. And then this back section, the same thing with these missile launchers can be on the wrist. That's how he's packaged, and then they also show them in the directions stored back here. But I kind of liked him on his wrist, so that's why I left him like that. So the first thing back here is you're going to fold this guy down just like this, and then they have you, and there's so much stuff in the way, you're actually going to rotate this whole piece right here and fold these down, and these kind of just will stay down here, and I'm telling you, these guys will be in your way the whole time you're trying to transform this guy. Alright, so the next thing they have you do is flip him around again, and this is basically where these steps were, like this propeller is not even on anymore when you're actually looking at the actual directions. And then this piece right here, right behind the propeller, rotates up and blocks his face. And then what they also have you in this step is to just turn his arms. So these parts right here are facing forward. Next step, there's a little shoulder piece right here. You actually kind of pull them forward. So they pop forward a little bit, and then they want you to rotate the whole arm upward. And there's also another piece to this. And you just rotate this guy out of the way as well. So you're going to take this whole arm, rotate the piece up, and they basically have it sticking up like that, so that he looks like that. Next step, and like I said, these propellers are just in the way, is you're basically going to take his arms, and this will actually close up, and you push these down, and this forms essentially the cockpit of the helicopter. The next major step is basically just to pull these arms out, and you actually want to pull them all the way out just like this. I had a very hard time with this figure. A lot of the joints were so tight that I didn't think they were actually supposed to move, and when I actually, you know, when he didn't fit together the first time I put him together, I realized that was supposed to move. And then also with his hands right here, you want to fold these guys away, so he's sticking up like that. And as he's sticking up right here, you basically fold this down, and you want to watch this piece, because this piece seems to get in the way everywhere. So you want to fold it down so it's like this, and you want to make sure you clear these sections. And then there's actually a tiny little peg right here, and that actually pegs into this peg right here. And this is what took me forever, because this piece didn't want to move and pop up this extra little motion. You'll see now we're starting to get what looks to be a helicopter. Next step, there's a little landing gear right here. You can pull up if you'd like to, and then this section right here you want to push up finally to the farthest spot it can go, and then you fold these up, and there's actually a little peg that this thing, or hole that this peg pegs into. And these don't seem to really stay in place. They seem to fall down a lot. I'm sure during the transformation he'll probably pop out over and over again. They don't seem very sturdy. I mean, you just barely touch it and it falls out. There's no way to lock that super tight in place. So right now he looks like that. The next step they show is with his knees. You actually want to compress them so that they're kind of shorter now, and they kind of look like that. You just smash that up forward, and then what you can do is you can rotate each of these pieces and actually fold out what's going to be the tail part, just like that. And then you can actually fold these all the way out. There's a section here that folds down, and on this side there's this fin piece. And this fin piece on mine is so tight I thought I was going to break it. It's one of those other parts where I just thought everything I did was going to destroy this thing. And then you can kind of pop them together, pop these up here, and then these things right here, his feet fold down, so it looks like that. And then the last major step is to compress that waist down like that, and then make sure that there's two pegs right here that peg in, and his tail's popping off as soon as I do that. And you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. These things just don't want to stay up. We'll get them all situated. And there he is in helicopter mode. So overall impressions in alt mode, it's okay. I mean, this figure is they remade this figure into him, so it wasn't like something they originally molded. So they kind of just made it into him, and it's not movie accurate. I mean, in the movie, he's got like a different type of tail. I mean, it's not really movie accurate at all. It's a helicopter. I mean, that's about as close as you get. Overall, it's nice. I definitely think that the robot mode is where this thing shines. But not too bad. Like I said, he's way better in robot mode. And just kind of do a quick comparison as far as size. Here he is in his alt mode in the deluxe class. So, I mean, it's definitely same type of colors. I think this blue is a little more metallic, but just kind of gives you a side-by-side comparison of these two guys. But once again, this has been Jason with Voyager Comics and Collectibles. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and we'll see you guys next time.